All right, my friends, welcome back to another fun-filled, exploratory, visual extravaganza that we call the Top 5 Podcast. Yes, I'm Kris McPeak, as per always, and also as per always, Annie Pruitt is here. So hello there, Annie Pruitt. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm excellent. It's a fairly mild Saturday over here in Southern California. We have been positively all over this new series that we have going on. And you're coming to town next week, which I'm very excited about.
Yes.
And
Yep.
we're going to do all kinds of pop culture things. In fact, we're really not doing anything but pop culture things for the most part.
Yep.
Lots of music, mostly music and
Okay.
theater. No
Yes.
movies, really.
The museum, just some culture.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll tell you all about it, later. But for now, we've been rocking this whole songs, A to Z songs, with every letter of the alphabet will eventually be represented. And if you've been following the series, you'll know that we went from A to D, and that's because that's what we had available to record. So we have decided that this is not going in alphabetical order. It's hitting all over. Oh, what would have been really cute is if we could have synced this to the QWERTY. But not really. Big mess. Anyway, so today's theme, Annie, what are we doing?
Today we're doing colors, being that is songs that have a color in the title or theme of the song.
So, in other words, they're not necessarily about a color, they just mention a color somewhere.
Yes.
And in my case, mine are all in the title.
Yes. That mine are all there. Yes, they are all in the title.
And this is the fantabulous letter C. Today's podcast episode is brought to you by the letter C. And the number 5.
Yeah.
Oh, we miss Sesame Street, don't we? Sometimes. Who's going first, me or you?
You are going first.
I'm always going first. All right. Well, shit. Okay, I'm ready. My number 5 is going to be Orange Crush by REM. So I was not into REM until my first senior year of college when I was still in Angel Flight, and there was a guy. I was the regional commander for 1 year, and what was Mark's last name? I'm going to forget. But my fellow regional commander on the Arnold Air Society side, he and I were headed to Washington, D.C., me from Arkansas, him from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and he forgot to buy plane tickets. That was his job. So we drove from Cape Girardeau to Washington, D.C. in his sports car. It was a red sports car. I don't remember what sports car. But that was the first time I heard REM. And the very first song he played was It's the End of the World as We Know It, which this guy knew every single word, which at that time, now I think back and I'm like, that was pretty fucking impressive. But the Green album, how funny that the album is also a color. The Green album was popular at that point with The One I Love and this song, Orange Crush. So I do like this album a lot. There's a couple tunes on here that don't have colors in them that I think I like more than Orange Crush. But over the years, I would say Orange Crush has definitely grown on me as a big favorite in the world of REM.
I do like that song. It was a potential for me, and it's on my master playlist that I keep. I love me some REM. Good call.
I do too. I keep hoping. I mean, they're all getting old now, but I keep the greatest idea in the world for a tour would be REM, the Indigo Girls, and the B-52s, and they need to call it the Escape from Athens tour because they're all from Athens, Georgia.
Yes.
And I fear it will probably never happen, but oh well.
Just listen up, Michael Stipe. We're giving you great ideas here.
Yeah, Michael Stipe, listen up. Make our wish come true. All right, you're up.
Okay. 5 is the song Blue Bayou, written and recorded by Roy Orbison, but my version is the one sung by Linda Ronstadt.
Yes.
She's a little, it's like she's the original Miley. She can sing anything. And she did she's put a good cut on so many different, she's done a lot of great covers. This is one of my favorites. If you know, the song starts out real, real slow, real easy. It's easy listening, but then Linda goes in and belts it. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou. And her voice just sing it. I can hear it singing in my head right now. It is extraordinary. I love it. It's a great song. And I love Belinda Ronstadt. I need to get like that vinyl on my wall because that woman is. But also, our dad was a huge Roy Orbison fan. I'm the only person in this house that he's like the Neil Diamond. You love him or you hate him. I love the music that he's written. So that's, the fact that he wrote the song also makes it really awesome. But that's it. That's my number 5, Blue Bayou, as sung by Linda Ronstadt.
Okay.
Yes.
So I didn't want to start with blue because I wasn't sure how many blues you were going to use and if you were going to go in the direction of blue that I went in. But since you went with Blue Bayou, I'm going to do a 1-2 punch for my number 4 and give you Madonna's True Blue and Blue Kiss by Jane Wiedlin. Because I thought, well, maybe Annie will put True Blue on there because she's sentimental like me and we both love 80s music. So I better have a blue backup. And then Blue Kiss literally just jumped in my head from nowhere. And honestly, I could have taken True Blue off and that would have been fine too. And just gone with Blue Kiss. But I like both songs. They're both really different songs. And, one by a person who was in the height of her early fame and the other who was kind of, having a go-go break in her first solo album, which I actually really love. Jane Wiedlin's her debut album, I really, really love. I love every song on it. I love her as a songwriter, too. She is one of my favorite songwriters.
Oh, yes. Very much so.
Yep. That's my blue entry I have. It's a double duo.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Are we trying to get as many colors as we can?
Yes. I try to be intentional. There are some colors that are multiple some other colors, and that's not on purpose, but whatevs.
Okay. I have a feeling I'm stealing this. I'm feeling this could be on your top 3, but maybe not. So my number 4, I'm going Red Eyed Troll by the Muffs.
Oh, I love it.
I love this band. So the background is I was working at Hastings, the video music store, back when they were still in business.
Yes.
At college years. And we used to get these sample CDs and we could, or we would get like the preview movies. But so I'm going through the free stuff, the free bin of the samples, the sample track CDs. And lo and behold, there's the Muffs, their first album. And I'm like, well, they look really cool and alternative. So let me check this out. And I took it and it ended up being one of my all-time favorite college albums. And I love every song in it. So the album that came out after that had Red Eyed Troll on it, plus a lot of other great tracks. The song itself is super fun. They do some really good angry music. Yes. But I highly recommend it. It's very upbeat. It's very fast paced and Red Eyed Troll. There we go. That's my number 4. I love the Muffs.
That makes me so happy because around that time, like when you were in college and I was in grad school, those 2 years we overlapped, and it was probably more so in my last year and your second year when you were living off campus. Mm-hmm. I learned about so much amazing music that year from you. I give you credit for the Muffs, Letters for Cleo. Oh, there's a shit ton more. I agree. But yeah, that Red Eyed Troll, I think, is on one of our other lists. And I'm wanting to say it's a song that makes me think of my sister, not in a bad way, but because you introduced me to these super fun people. All right. That's exciting. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I haven't used it before, so it's not a repeat for me.
So number 3 to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another shade of red, if you will. And I know we've talked about this song before because we've talked about this woman before. That would be Joan Jett's cover of Crimson and Clover. I felt like I'm going to have multiple shades of red on this show. Crimson is like the name that college football, basketball teams use so that, they're all maroon, right? Okay, they're maroon, crimson, cardinal red, whatever the fuck. They're all the same color. if you were to go, and especially now that they, have hex codes and stuff like that, I'm sure like there's a very specific hex code for my employer's version of maroon. But I mean, who are we fooling? They're all red and gold. It doesn't matter. But Crimson and Clover is a true favorite and one of her, I would say, more popular songs that you still hear at the grocery store, on Jack FM or the 80 station, stuff like that. So super fun. Joan Jett
Yeah.
can cover anything the fuck she wants. And that is that story.
Wasn't that the B-side to I Love Rock and Roll?
It might have, no, that was Victim of Circumstance.
Oh, okay.
But I think you're right though. I think it was a B-side.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna look that up now because I had all her stuff on 45 before I bought cassettes. So
Yeah, you did. I remember. Okay, number 3.
Yeah.
My number 3 is it's a Pruitt family classic. And that would be the song Tie a Yellow Ribbon by Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Oh, holy crap.
Okay. All right. Story behind it. Number 1, the song was familiar to me, not because I heard it on the radio or heard somebody else singing it, but in the movie Officer and a Gentleman, they're playing it at the scene when Richard Gere first meets Deborah Winger at this like dance place party.
Oh my God, I don't remember that.
Yeah. So that's the first time I heard it. So Keith and I, fast forward so many years, we're listening to like 70s on 7 and the song comes on and we both start singing along and that song has become a big part of our family playlist. And now we all 4 love it so much that Emily has it on her playlist and I listen to it on every road trip. So the other thing that I love about it because of our background in the military, Yellow Ribbon, that for service members it's an honor of service members. So another reason why I really love that song. So it's fun. It's just fun. It's you could if you listen to it, it's like you don't know if he's coming back for more or getting out of jail because he's been gone so long.
Okay.
But he is coming back from being downrange, if you will.
Okay. I have not listened to that song in a really long time. I think it was like, it's not necessarily a disco song, but I feel like it's in the pre-disco era.
Yeah.
Tony Orlando and Dawn. No,
I-
I don't want to listen to I Want to Be Your Dog.
I love the end at the end of it when he says, "Now the whole damn bus is cheering because I can't believe the 100 yellow ribbon." It's such a great song.
Wow.
He's just praying that his lover still loves him. So,
oh my gosh, that's going to be stuck in my head all afternoon. So thank you for that.
welcome.
Okay, so here's another variety on yellow, if you will. We had discussed whether gold and silver were allowed in this particular playlist, and I just decided that it would be. So I'm going with Belinda Carlisle's solo album, her cover of Band of Gold, which I have 2 former Go-Go's on this list, I just realized. Yeah, that's a really great song. It's a poppier version of, I guess, what was more of like an R&B 60s, 70s. I don't even remember who did the original one, but I liked her so much. I felt like it was a really good song for her voice.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a sad song because I guess you could say it's about someone that gets left at the altar. Or, a woman of divorce. But regardless, I really like that song. And I mean, the point that it came out, I remember there being this story when the Go-Go's broke up. There was some real, because I want to say Jane Wiedlin's record was first, but Belinda's was the first one post Go-Go's that really made a splash and had a number 1 hit and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, that's 2 to you.
Okay, my number 2 is a song, and I saw this person sing this song and play the piano live, and that would be "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road" by Sir Elton John. So, background on this, I think I've talked about it before, but I fell in love with Elton John when I was in band and went to, it was like the All Region concert, and we did a medley of Elton John songs. So we did that, Angle, and Crocodile Rock.
Oh, very fun.
The most extraordinary musician experience I had in my entire band life. Now, I've loved that song since it's on his greatest hits, which I can probably sing that cassette tape in order from
Yeah.
as fast forward to 4 years ago when he started his Goodbye Yellow Brick Road tour, and we took the kids to see it. They love Elton John just as much as we do at this point, and actually getting to watch him sing that live was kind of extraordinary. And it was the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road tour. It's such a great song, and I love
Yeah.
John. So
Elton is fabulous.
yeah,
I love everything about him. And even like the songwriting partnership with him and Bernie Taupin and all of the music that they wrote together, whether he recorded it or not, and people who have covered his stuff too. There was the Two Rooms, Elton John, Bernie Taupin, the cover album that just has amazing, amazing stuff on it. And Sinead O'Connor's cover of Sacrifice is very, very different than Elton's. But yeah, good call. That's a nice
yeah. Okay, that is honorable mention to you.
honorable mention to me. Okay, well, it's my second. It's the third version of the color red, and mine is all red. And I'm going with the Warrant classic "I Saw Red" from the super masterful and not sexist at all Cherry Pie album. But who are we fooling? Like that record was so fun. And they were fun. Every video that came out of that album was just hilarious. And, that's what that band was all about, was the whole sex and rock and roll. I think the drugs came later, but
Yeah.
and Janie is no longer with us, if I remember correctly. I think he OD'd or something sad like that. But I Saw Red is a ballad. It's not a very happy song. Like he walked into the woman of his dreams having sex with another fella, and that's it. He saw red, and his heart spilled on the floor, and yeah, that's it.
What's sad about that album was they wrote Cherry Pie in about 10 minutes. So what happened was they had all of the songs for the album minus Cherry Pie, and the producers were like, well, no, we need something catchy. So they're like, okay. And they went and wrote it and like literally recorded it in a day kind of thing. They're like,
That's so cool.
but okay, we'll give them what they want. And that ended up being the album.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be a more serious, bluesy, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Oh, yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, good stuff.
I fucking love that song. I love most of the songs on that album, but Uncle Tom's Cabin is my favorite Warrant song, hands down. But yeah, I wanted to throw Warrant's Red in there. So that's my HM.
Okay, this is hard. This is really hard. My honorable mention, I gotta go with what's on my playlist and what I listen to frequently. Okay, it's got to be it. Back in Black, Amy Winehouse. Such a fan. It is such a good song. And there you go. There's another tragic story of somebody who OD'd or
Seriously, yeah.
alcohol or whatever. What a tragic story, but what a great song. Her voice was just hauntingly good. That should have been on my breakups.
Okay.
Yeah. Back in Black. They do a great version of it on Glee, also sung by Santana. So can't go wrong with a good Glee cover anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my honorable mention. It's not my favorite Amy Winehouse song, but it is my favorite Amy Winehouse song with the color in the title.
The color. I never did get into the Amy Winehouse trend train. I only know the Rehab song. I should probably discover more of her music because I know a lot of people that like her.
Too bad that there's not enough of it. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. So sad.
Yes. Okay, good news. Let's get to your number.
Good news. Okay, so if you know anything about Kris McPeak, you know my favorite color is pink, and thus I had to pick a number one song for this list with a song that has pink in the title, and I thought, I'm going to go with Pink by Aerosmith, mostly because it's just one word, and that's pink. That's my favorite color, and that's just a crazy, fun, entertaining song. No bones about it. It just makes me happy. And yeah, that's the only reason I wanted Pink to be my number one. And that was the first song that came to mind. And I was like, that's the one. Okay. Bang, done.
Great song. Awesome music video. That's probably my favorite Aerosmith video because of the way they messed around with. I think at one point, like the guitarist, they turned him into a half man, half horse. Just the way they played it. It's very,
Oh,
very.
wow. I don't think I've seen the video.
It is wild and it is good. It's
Crazy.
favorite Aerosmith videos. Yeah, I almost put that one on my list. I almost went Pretty in Pink by Psychedelic Furs, but
Yes.
yeah, I had 6 others, in the queue just in case. Roar
Just in case.
with you. Okay, so my number 1, and I'm going to use the color black again, and it is my all-time favorite song with a color in the title, and that would be Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. So again, and it's so funny. Ask any MCR fan or even people that vaguely know, when you hear the notes, the first piano note, it is unmistakable. Any like emo child on the planet can tell you what song it is. And the other weird thing about it was I went to did back-to-back high school graduations for the twins, or I'm sorry, for
Yeah.
and then for Isabel. So at Joey's graduation, private Catholic school is very, rigid, very, very stoic and quiet and calm and rigid. And then I get to Isabel's graduation and it's in this huge stadium and I'm sitting there and I hear the band and all of a sudden the band, like in the intro music before the graduation started, they're playing Welcome to the Black Parade.
I love it.
And
That is so great.
ever. But so, yeah, you're going to get smart on MCR because we will be seeing them next Sunday at Dodger Stadium. This
Yep.
20 years in the making that I've been wanting to see this band. They're my favorite. They're one of my 2 all-time favorites, hands down. And I'm nerding out in the worst way. Emily,
You know what? Nerding out about music is a very healthy thing to do.
indeed, yes.
I much enjoy it. So yeah, that's what so this week, in addition to creating the rest of the playlists for our first 4 letters, I've got to put My Chemical Romance in the mix to listen to when I'm at work, on the way to work, on the way home from work, whatever, taking my daily walks. Okay, so I have gone back and listened to our breakups playlist, which in the order of your song, my song, your song, my song is really pretty fantastic.
Oh, cool.
And the Without Me, both versions, I actually think I see why you wanted to put both versions on there because they're so very different. One is the more emotional one, but the other is, I don't know, I found it much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And pleasant, but either way, they're, super fun. Our breakup song playlist is a fan-fucking-tastic playlist. I'm here to tell you. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome to have in the car. Okay, let us recap, and that would be starting with you.
Okay, honorable mention, Back in Black, Amy Winehouse. 5-1, Blue Bayou, as sung by Linda Ronstadt. Red-Eyed Troll, the Muffs, Tie Yellow Ribbon, Tony Orlando, and Dawn. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Elton John, and Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. So I had black, blue, red, yellow, and black.
What I find so fascinating about your list is that you have all the primary colors, and I can't remember, white is all the colors, black is the absence of color, right?
I believe so.
So that's kind of how you package it. You've got the absence of color, and then you have all the primary colors, and then you have the absence of color. And I don't know why I think that's so fucking cool, but it is. So there you go.
There you go.
My honorable mention is I Saw Red by Warrant, and then I've got my blue twofer with True Blue by Madonna and Blue Kiss by Jane Whelan, Orange Crush, REM, Crimson and Clover by the Queen of Rock and Roll, Joan Jett, Band of Gold, Belinda Carlisle, and Pink, It Was Love at First Sight from Aerosmith.
Pink is my favorite color.
And then that he's speaking,
yes,
totally speaking my truth. Okay, so that is our show for you this week. We have lots of fun coming up with friendship and heaven and hell and parties, and we're just going to keep on this train for a while, unless, you know, we get some kind of funky intro concept that falls into our lap. Who knows? We'll see what the next few weeks bring. For Annie Prude, I'm Kris McPeak. You've been listening to the Top 5 podcast. Pretty please beg, hit the notification bell, subscribe button, rating and review, all the things, because we appreciate them. And we will catch you on the flip side. Adios.